already. But I think we're live. I know I feel live.
Yeah.
Al, you
What?
feel live?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, well, we'll
Wait a second. No, I do.
we'll have to wait for Al.
No, I do. I just had to check it out.
Al is experiencing technical difficulties.
Mic stand difficulties. There we go. I think I got it.
Please stand
situated.
by. All right, well, apparently we are live. Welcome to the show. I'm Marijuana Man. It's from under the seed desk today, live from Vancouver. Glad you could tune in with us as we are here each and every week, except last week.
This is true.
Here with me, as always, is Al the Alchemist and Kush Queen in between.
Hola, hola. Sorry, I have no hands for my mic right now. But hi.
Here, I'll hold your mic.
You're funny.
Huh. Well, if you need a hand holding things, let me know throughout the show.
Thanks, Greg. You're awesome.
Yeah, we weren't here last week because it was 420 here in Vancouver. I hope you had a good one wherever you were, because ours was fucking awesome.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was
Like,
the most epic 420 ever here, and that says a lot because we've had some big ones. I don't know, Dana, he's done the math. Dana Larson did the math, and he figures there had to be 100,000 people for sure. Right? They had some sort of calculation you can get online to figure out people per
crowd
square
density,
inch. The ant factor.
algorithms.
Yeah, the ant factor, they call it. Oh, they look like ants. How many ants would be there if they were ants? Let's knock that camera
lost camera.
out of commission.
Sorry.
Well, we're probably still, the audio's probably still working. Yeah, there was a giant snake went through and ripped the camera out. You should have seen it. But
Crazy.
Alyssa came to the rescue and killed the snake. we all stood on the table and screamed.
I'm really glad I had this Fentiman's Rose Lemonade for comfort.
Yes.
It was a scary moment.
I just am glad that Al had some comfort.
I'm glad I was fully relaxed.
Yeah, we got a slew of edibles in the house here from the Vegan Edibles Company. Come through town.
They look so
guess
delicious
what I
and
don't have
fresh.
today?
Mmm.
But yeah, 420 was absolutely a blast. We took over Sunset Beach. I'm sure a lot of you people have looked at the videos that are out there, but wow, it could not have been a more perfect day, really.
It was so hot.
Like it was
I
summertime.
loved it.
The
It
hottest
was.
day of the year, record temperatures kind of thing, just shining down on us for the whole thing. Sunset Beach was a perfect spot
Is
for
that
it, as
where
it
it was?
turned out. Yeah.
Fuck, there was so many people I couldn't tell.
No, you were lost all
Crazy.
day. Where am I?
That's all you heard from Al
Yeah.
all day.
Do you know-
Where am I?
Do you know where I am?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was stunning. I don't know how many booths there were or how many tents. There was a couple 150 or more, 300 people selling weed as hard as they could, and without incident, really. Like nothing bad happened all day. You could actually feel the vibe there. Like you could actually feel the vibe, how chill it was, right?
Yeah.
Like I noticed it several times throughout the day, and man, there was a lot of people, and there was no problems whatsoever. The head police guy at the end of the day talked with Jody and had nothing but compliments to say about how well it was run, how smooth it went, how incident-free it was. So we were blown away by it. It just fucking rocked, and it went so easy. So we did it again. it is a massive challenge. Jeremiah does a spectacular job coordinating the booths and pulling that all off. And
Oh, that's got to be such a pain in the ass.
he and Carly together
It really
pulled the
must be so-
volunteers around too, which was always very helpful. And everybody else who dove in. Adam Bowen was the music manager and pulled together a lot of gear. And we had the best fucking sound system. Oh my God. No, yeah. No, just a sound company that provided that. That would.
Well, it's way easier in a field because you don't have all the buildings with the all
Yeah,
the
the
reverberation.
the big echo from.
That creates lots of distortion.
But yeah, you could stand right beside the stack and talk to people, and we were lucky. It was a huge layout. We had repeater tower halfway down that had more speakers that spread it all out. So it was spectacular, and didn't hear any noise complaints. I don't know. There was 18 subwoofers at the bottom of the stage, but no, we weren't. It wasn't like a heavy metal band or anything like that going on. So it was really, really nice, and we're pretty happy to have been there. Not too sure that the Parks Board was so happy about it. At least the lady who runs the Parks Board. What a fucking nasty witch she is. Oh my God. What a nasty, sour person she is. Sarah Kirby Young, or whatever her name is. She wished ahead of time that it would pour rain on us, is what she said in the newspaper, which would have fucking wrecked that park. It would have wrecked that park if it had rained that day, Sarah. Thanks a lot for being the chairperson of the Parks Board and wanting it to be wrecked, you jerk. And here's another thing that they did. Well, here's another thing they did too, is they turned off the water fountains. Fuck you, like fuck off. You knew people were going to be there. Turned out to be the hottest day of the year. You turn the water off, you cruel fucking bitch. Like really, that is nasty, nasty. And they covered up all of their own garbage bins, so we couldn't use them. Like really, is this grade 8
I was
or
just gonna
some
say, that's
fucking
like
thing?
super high school,
Oh my
elementary school,
God.
like.
They were doing anything that they could in that respect to make us look bad, right? They wanted us to look bad somehow, and as it turned out, we didn't. It turned out absolutely spectacular.
Oh yeah.
I had a blast. I managed the stage and am the MC all day, so
And you do a wonderful job.
well, thanks. But pre-420 is just absolute fucking madness for us in that respect, because it has to end at 4 o'clock so we can do all the joint giveaways, and that has to work out, right? But it didn't. Oh my God.
It was pretty tight.
Yeah, we were running a really tight show, and it got behind, and there were some technical difficulties, and we got even further behind. But one of the funnest things for me that day was, plus, we had an extra band that we wanted to throw in there before 4 o'clock, right? Jeremiah and Jody and a few, they had approached Brevner, Matt Brevner. Is that his name? Something like that. Anyway, this guy, and then Adam, he kind of didn't really want him to be on the bill, and it never ever did get resolved, right? And so they're still saying, hey, we really want this guy, and he was fucking really into it, and blah, 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 and it went on and on. So I said, look, just bring the guy there that day. I'll get him on stage somehow, some way, even if, Adam didn't want him, kind of thing, right? So it was all set up, and I actually had a hole in the schedule that developed for that amount of time prior to 420. I was going to put him in there, so told them that. But we got behind, so we couldn't fucking do it, couldn't do it. So we had to bump him after 420 into 5 o'clock range, right? Which was cool with them, too, with Brevner's crew. There was no sweat. So that time slot comes up, and off they go to set up their gear. But the other band, who was slotted at that time, who we had to bump down to put them on at that time, were there. And they're all trying to set up together. The sound man's going berserk. Other band says, hey, we can't get bumped down. Our guys got to go to work kind of thing. We don't have time, right? And so mass confusion and people getting kind of angry all about it, eh? So it got resolved. It cost me 10 joints to give the one band so that they'd stay late. And then it cost me 10 more joints to give the Brevner's crew because they got all messed around, and 4 more joints to the sound guy.
It's amazing what 24
Nice.
joints can solve.
24 joints solved it, and it went on
It
like
really is.
clockwork from there, right? I love this world that we live in. It was like that all day, right? You could do anything with marijuana, and it was way fun.
See, and if we had a reality show going, how's marijuana man gonna solve this problem? He's got to get these bands figured out by 4 o'clock.
If he doesn't find 24 joints to give to these musicians, he's in trouble. Back after the break.
I was just gonna say they'd cut to commercial though. And leave
Yeah,
it
oh
in
yeah, for
suspense,
sure.
for sure.
And then they would
And
be
they would just wait for the next
recap
show.
they'd recap the whole thing.
Recap the whole thing, and then I'd have 24 joints, and there would be no problem, and there you go. But it was hilarious. I don't know, everybody played along. There was a whole big schmozzle in the news about, ooh, the garbage, the garbage, the garbage. But in truth, David Malmo did a Herculean task of coordinating that garbage cleanup effort.
That
and
garbage cleanup
and
was impeccable.
did a really
Those
good
grounds
job.
were-
And as we have done traditionally, it was gathered into one big pile of garbage, maybe a couple piles of garbage for the city to come by and pick up, which they didn't. Pricks left it there till late in the day so that birds and everybody else could spread it all over the place and make it look a lot worse than it was. What a bunch of fucking jerks. Like, really, we're citizens of Vancouver, you guys. Really, treat people like that? Oh, God. It drives me nuts that they're like that. Just because it's illegal and they think they can, right? So this woman, Sarah Kirby, whatever her name is, guaranteed she's running for mayor, and that's why she's yipping in the news and being all over it. So I'm not too sure how much cooperation we're actually going to give these people anymore. I'm a little tired of it. They didn't bring anything to the table. Let me tell you that. I was at
Just a
the
bunch of
table.
obstacles.
Yeah. I was at the table. They did nothing. They brought nothing. Not a fucking thing. They couldn't say yes. They wouldn't say yes. All they had were concerns. Concerns that never came to fruition. Not one of them. Not one of them. Could have used a little more water in the fountain. Urgh.
No kidding.
Like, really? Come on. And the traffic cops were pricks, too. They're really mean and nasty. Yipping at people and don't cross here and you can't do this. And holy shit, a few cars. Cops in this city can't even handle a few cars in traffic. They don't know what to do, right? They sent about 3,000 cops down there. They had the mounted squad. They had them on snowmobiles. They had them fucking in a little pulling each other around in little wagons and stuff. And
Tree cops.
then they saw the
Some up in the
resources.
trees.
Yeah, full on
The
tree.
wild amount of resources we had to spend, they said. You go, wow, like you're not very good at estimating what you're going to need for a given event here in the city. You don't make me feel very safe that you're not any good at figuring this shit out. We've had these for 15 years. Last year was huge. There's a loud thing.
Hey, J-Mac,
Yeah.
that's pretty loud.
Yeah. 420.
Somebody answer that phone.
I thought we were already
It's
talking about
420 calling. It's 420 on the line. So I don't know what's going to happen for Cannabis Day. It's going to be tricky. But I'm inclined not to even meet with the city anymore. Just say, nah, we don't need you people anymore. If you want to do what you do around it like you always do, go right ahead, but we're going to be showing up doing it. Who cares? We're not going to bother telling you. What difference does it make? They didn't do anything. The ambulances did nothing. There was 16 people went to the hospital, apparently, from the event, 10 of whom were dizzy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. On a very, but this is 16 people out of 100,000 who are consuming huge amounts of
If
marijuana.
it was just another, like just a random event with beer gardens, they would have everything running. They'd have the bathrooms open. They'd have garbages for
There'd
us
be a
to
lot
put-
fucking
there
more
would
than
be-
16 people going to the hospital.
Yeah.
The city would be a part of it, and they would be, you know, like doing what they need to be doing instead of completely fighting against us throughout every process. It's just a fucking joke.
And you know she means that because she didn't even use her mic, right?
true.
That's
how
right. I
mad she
didn't.
is.
That was straight passion.
I'm sorry. You can still hear me.
In the edit, we'll put something different in there. So, yeah. So, like I say, I don't know what's going to happen for stuff ahead here. We'll have to see. It's going to be a bit of a fight. I don't think they're going to let us use Sunset Beach. Certainly not for Cannabis Day. So we're going to have to do it in an alley somewhere, and right, with 20,000 of us in an alley out the back, so no one sees it. And then we don't have to worry about the garbage because it's an alley.
Some of those alleys are pretty bad.
So yeah, as I mentioned, we've got a slew of edibles here on the table. None of them are being eaten. And we got the crusty, no, not crusty Susan, chronic Susan.
The crusty Susan.
That's a different thing altogether. We didn't. I didn't have enough weed to cover it today, so it's just money. There's Buds and Melissa.
Wow.
So yeah, we got Vegan Edibles Company here, coming to us straight out of Travis. Well, I should maybe put it that way. I don't know.
Travis, I like that.
Got there's a camera maybe that goes like
There is a
right
camera.
on to Travis.
Hi, I'm Travis, and this is Maddie. We're with Vegan Edibles Company. We brought in all different flavors and samples for Greg and Kush Queen and Al to try. We also sold. There we go. We we also sold out at 420, which was amazing. Before the end of the day, everything was gone. It was beautiful. Like we said, they're all vegan. They're all organic. They're made with Stoner Monkey extraction shatter, so they don't have a lot of that plant matter taste or anything. Maddie, do you want to talk about it a little?
Yeah, well, like it started so suddenly. Like Travis was just like, "Hey, like your friends can come sell your edibles at our tent with Stoner Monkey." So we're like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then we had no idea like the response we would get. Like we weren't expecting it to sell out, and it was like overwhelmingly positive feedback. So we decided to try and take it to the next level and try and sell them and see how we do there. So definitely hit us up and like we'll deliver and do custom orders and stuff too.
Tell us about a couple of the different versions you guys make.
Okay, so this one is the cookie dough bar. It's basically like raw cookie dough. It's delicious. And then we have our coconut bliss ball, which is
That's what
just
I'm eating right now.
yeah.
Right in there, that's what I ate.
How was it, Al?
Tasty.
Yeah, those are really good too, also raw. And then we got like classic cookies and like the classic Rice Krispie for people who don't want to venture too far.
You have banana bread?
Yeah.
They also do custom orders and catering. If you have a birthday party, you want a medicated cake or anything done like that.
Are you guys on social media at all?
Instagram, the Vegan Edibles Co. On Instagram, you can find us.
Awesome.
Or maybe you just want to get really, really high and you say, hey, I'm having a party. Could you guys come and cater it? And then they show up
Absolutely.
and it's just you on the couch.
Uh,
Shit whack apples.
That's fun. Well, thanks for bringing those by.
No
And,
worries, guys. Thanks for having us on.
in and around Vancouver and BC so far. Look for those at dispensaries near you. Travis used to work with us here at the lounge some time ago.
Although it was last year, I guess.
It was some time, though.
It was, yeah. Almost a year.
It was some time. Well, yeah, good luck with all that. Thanks for sharing today.
Cheers.
And give a shout out to Marco, guy, a fan stopped by my desk yesterday. Said hello. If you're watching, good to have you around. Thanks for tuning in. And thanks to everybody else who's tuning in there. There might be somebody in the chat. I don't know. We don't see the chat.
We don't see the chat.
No.
Jared, yeah,
For
I
some
know,
reason.
right? God, get on it.
The iPad.
But if you're in the chat, we don't care. Right?
Cool. Hi,
J-Man says we got
guys.
103 viewers. That's 2 more than
Uh,
donations.
Yeah, that's getting too many. Maybe a couple of you,
Great movie.
It really is.
maybe a couple of these people could stop watching.
Just 2 of you. Go.
What?
It's
The,
like my favorite strain, right? Like,
Cool.
I'm just
J-Mac.
absolutely in love with this.
Thank you.
So here's the thing too. Also the woman who's in the head of the Parks Board is also a big champion of allowing booze to be drunk on the beach and in the
Oh, yeah,
parks.
she loves
Of
it.
course.
She's right behind that initiative,
She's
which
probably a lush herself.
I don't really have a problem with. People want to drink on the beach, but what I do have a problem with is people getting drunk on the beach. What am I supposed to do then? Right?
Hi, guys.
Hey,
Nice.
see you later.
Good. Thanks. Bye.
No, I understand that you can possibly bother somebody if you're on the beach smoking weed. You can bother somebody with the smell or the smoke or something like that. And alcohol's not really like that. It's not going to bother me for somebody to be over there drinking booze. But when they get drunk
And obnoxious.
and obnoxious and they fucking
Oh,
ruin,
yeah, the smell of regurgitated wine is so
yeah,
foul.
and they ruin my time as a result. What am I supposed to do then? Where's my recourse?
There
You
isn't
know.
one.
And-
You gotta take your ball and go home.
Yeah, and public
I
safety.
always have to do that.
You're allowing people to consume a substance that makes them intoxicated.
In the hot sun.
Yeah, in front of children running around on the beach, a place where children gather. Right? So
The children.
this is what she's all about. Now, here's the thing that we were walking by the liquor store down here by Harbor Center the other day. For those people who don't live here, when I pointed that way and then went that way, that doesn't matter to you. And really, to anybody else, it doesn't
But
really
really, it
matter
is
to you.
kind of like,
It's that way. It's really that way.
it's more like this and then
Yeah.
like that.
Like,
But
Well, you could go that way first and then there.
Totally.
Yeah, that
Absolutely.
works. That works.
Totally.
so we're talking about the liquor store down here at Harbor Center, right down here. In the window,
It's pointing at me.
there is a.
You're the liquor store.
Am I the liquor store?
If you were the liquor store, baby.
Nice.
I'd take up drinking again.
Sorry,
Oh,
that
that's
was
funny.
way too easy. But here in the window of the liquor store is a sign saying that Mother's Day is coming up. Get your and tell Mom. Well, I'll look
I
for the
just wrote a
picture
song.
here. It
How much for that window in the liquor store?
Mom. All right, here it is.
Get your mom drunk for Mother's Day.
So it's a big sign that says thanks, Mom. Celebrate Mom on Mother's Day, May 8th. Thanks,
To all the
Mom.
booze.
Next to this is beside a bottle of Crown Royal. Thanks, Mom. You know, here, have this bottle of whiskey so you forget how lousy of a son I am. But in reality, this is from the street. You can see this, and there's a pink fucking bottle of wine beside that, and you would have to say that a sign that is encouraging you to say thanks, Mom, is a sign for kids, for children of moms. So here is a sign in the window of a liquor store designed to be read by kids. Oh, well, let's get Mommy a bottle of Jim Beam for Mother's
That's actually
Day.
a good choice.
Oh
Just
my
saying.
God!
You know?
But see, this kind of thing is okay, right? It's all right to make the association here with your mom and booze on Mother's Day. What a fucking sad point of sale anyway. Like, you people should really, really be embarrassed as to the devastation that you wrought upon our society with your stupid little liquor stores. Ooh, they will serve anyone. Anyone. My friends have told me who work there, it is fucking frightening. The people who go in there who they know may well be dead that afternoon and still, without question, sell them more alcohol. They are not responsible. They are responsible, if you know what I mean. All right. But here's the thing out of Ontario yesterday, that there's now safe intoxication centers, which is different than the Canby pub. These are homeless centers, homeless shelters in Toronto. A couple of them, or some of them, are providing alcoholics with a measured amount of alcohol to get them through the day or whatever, which is a great thing. It is safe intoxication centers. People can get some help with some booze if they need it, right? So on the news, they had 4 panelists that they brought in to discuss that very subject. And each and every one of them said, you know, when I read that headline, I thought, what are they doing? Giving alcoholics booze, blah, blah, blah. But each one said that, but after I read the story, it changed my mind. And I'm going, why in the fuck are these headlines misleading people? Always. Each one of them said, when I read the headline, I was against it. As soon as I read the story, I was for it. You go, wow, what about the people who don't read the story? They don't get a half a chance here. They're going to be all against it.
I think that's a part of the propaganda. Like, I think that they actually mind fuck people into, like, they're manipulating their perspective on it.
And it works.
It does.
It absolutely works. I've got friends come to me, well, at 420. It was all about the garbage, all about the garbage. Even people hardened fucking die-hard marijuana activists said, oh, but the garbage, you know. And you go, really? You fucking believe that shit? And they do, because they only read the headline, right? And you go, wow. It's terrible, terrible thing. And here, city of Vancouver's now attempting to relax the liquor laws, and they're investigating how relaxed they can possibly get them. I don't know. Why don't you just dump beer out onto the street 24 hours a day? Something like that, right? It's fucked.
That's so fucked up.
Our society is drunk and fucking swilling in booze.
But yet
Like,
they
really.
threaten like half the city's dispensaries to
Oh,
shut
yeah.
their doors to
They want to open more booze outlets, but they want to close the marijuana
Like,
shops.
how does that make any fucking sense in your stupid, puny little brain?
Because it's illegal. No, it's
Like, it's so stupid. It's just
Right.
so wrong.
they're whining, and they're just taking advantage of us. These fucks at City Hall, these
Well, and they said they were the
bumpkins.
studies and the studies and the studies and the studies. What about all the fucking studies on alcohol? All the killings from alcohol and drunk drivers and all that shit. Like, actual studies that have been done. And people, like, mourning people have lost friends from drinking and driving, or people who even just drink themselves to fucking death. You don't hear about deaths from fucking cannabis. Like, leave us alone. It's just a total
No,
joke.
it's just the continuation of prohibition. All right, this would be legal prohibition again. It's no different, and we don't care. No one really cares what you're planning to do and how you're gonna fuck it all up. You did that for my whole life already. No, we didn't care. Look at how advanced the marijuana industry is right now. Illegal.
Total shatter ninja.
Nobody said that we could do any of this stuff, right? All these dispensaries, Toronto, Vancouver, wherever they are, it's all illegal. What the fuck? Who cares? Don't they see that? They don't see that? If they don't see that, they are the stupidest fucking people and the most corrupt there is. Here's some corruption. Jody made some news this week. She said that she would like to be invited to be on the task force. And Bill Blair said, nope. Not going to have any marijuana activists on the task force.
Why?
Known by his friends as Willy Billy.
Right? Not going to have any. Really, Bill? They're only going to have anti-marijuana people on the task force. This is the plan. The people who do not want marijuana legalized are the only ones that are going to get to be on the task
Well, it
force.
makes sense.
Bill Blair's working 24/7 right now, figuring out as much money as he can get to funnel to the cops. That's it. That's all. It's his whole job. How can he keep the cops as involved as humanly possible in this, right? And when you think about this rationally, who are the marijuana activists but people who have been right all along? We're right. You agree with us now and say, yeah, you're right. Prohibition is bad. Marijuana should be legal for adults. Yeah, you were right. But you can't have anything to do with the legalization of it because we don't know why.
Because you're right.
Because we don't want to know and talk to people who know something about marijuana. Who the fuck do you think knows about marijuana but us? You
Should just be legal for
short-sighted
adults.
pinheads. Like, really?
Well, there's children.
Who's
who
the
need
fucking
cannabis, there's
C-
animals who need cannabis.
Who's the CEO down there at the company and is getting through the
Everybody
meetings
needs
with
cannabis.
nobody saying,
Yeah.
well, wait a second, none of us know anything about marijuana. Why don't we get some people who do, like, Jody Emery or Al? You know Al.
Fuck that.
But really,
They don't get my opinion.
no. But how disserving it is to me as a constituent to see that you are absolutely refusing experts and are shadowing and hiding who your experts are. Those experts have only spouted prohibition. Health Canada, all these doctors, all the cops, right? That's all they've ever said is no, 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 no. And now, it's brutal. It's just fucking brutal. But, like I say, we don't really care. We had to fight your armies and all your cops before, so we don't give a shit. It's all underground. Knuckleheads.
Can't be worse than 1992.
And who even remembers
Who even
1990?
remembers 1992?
What the hell
do.
was in 1992?
I do.
I don't.
Couldn't buy a book on how to grow
Couldn't
weed.
buy a book.
No, you couldn't buy a book on how to
Hey?
grow weed.
Oh, the dark years. Couldn't buy a book.
Couldn't buy a magazine with a picture of a leaf in it. Couldn't.
Had to borrow video games
Had to borrow video games for real.
from kids you didn't know.
Strangers down the block. It was an absurd time.
So, look for more fun around. Here's how Quebec's going to handle it now. Like, really. When you get down to the marijuana question,
I'm just gonna
Quebec.
buy it from New Brunswick.
No, Quebec says Quebec is going to adopt a wait-and-see approach. That's what they said. Eh?
Wait and see approach.
Well, I think maybe. I think
Basically.
perhaps maybe we will wait and
Wait
see.
and see.
Yeah. And they weren't even fertile enough to come up with their own wait and see attitude. They got to adopt one, right? Which maybe is good.
Well, no, that's actually really
Maybe
that's really good because there's a lot of wait and see programs right now on death row. You know, just waiting to be euthanized because nobody's willing to adopt them.
That's right.
So,
it's good that they're adopting
visit
a
the
wait and see approach.
Foundation. and adopt a wait and see program.
Can't have your own wait and see approach? Come on, you can adopt one. There's a lot of wait and see approaches out there need your help.
There is. Some of them are fucking downright adorable.
That's right.
Gonna deny them a home.
So, here's a headline based on what we just said. Here's the headline. It says, does
The headline based on what we just said.
there is.
Oh my god.
It says, does marijuana make you stupid?
Yeah, a little bit. From time to time. Then it goes away. Then I gotta smoke another joint to bring it back.
So here's what you can do. They often ask the question in the headline, leaving you with the idea that you should actually answer the question without knowing anything. So you walk away answering and you go, well, yeah, marijuana makes you stupid. But if you read the article, as usual, you'll find out that it does in fact not make you stupid. But here's a hint. Just read the last few lines of the article. You don't even have to read the whole thing. The last few lines always tells you exactly what's in the article, and it is the exact answer to your question. Research is mixed. That's what the answer is. Does marijuana make you stupid? Research is mixed.
The answer
Huh?
makes you stupid.
No kidding.
Does writing about marijuana make you stupid?
Reading about
Right.
marijuana makes you
Especially
stupid.
if you know nothing
Yes,
about
just
it.
talking about marijuana when you've never smoked it make you stupid.
It's the research is mixed.
No. No,
What,
it's
what,
not
I wonder
mixed,
what research they
no.
mixed.
Well, it's Coke and research.
A little bit of cocaine, a little bit of research on
Yeah.
on
And
what?
a slice of lime. A Cuba.
We
mix,
mixed a little
right?
research on road signs.
Cuba Libre.
Some research on tomatoes.
Well,
Mixed research. It's dangerous.
here's what it was: a Business Insider, a big business online magazine type affair. What marijuana does to your body and brain. From Business Insider, they had a big article on what it does.
Answers
to your brain.
vary.
Makes you want to invest in marijuana. Is what marijuana does to your body and brain. From Business Insider. Oh no, everybody loves marijuana. It was actually a fairly balanced. I don't know. They came up with some of the National Institute on Drug Abuse nonsense, but they also had a lot of positive things about what it does to you and how it's good for you. And Business Insider, though. Here's the thing. Here's a big deal going. Everybody wants to know. Marijuana suppositories are getting rave reviews. Getting rave reviews. A lot of people are raving about the suppository they took. Unfortunately, people are raving about it.
No, that's again somebody's taking the topic or the headline out of context. They actually handed out a bunch of suppositories at a rave to be reviewed.
Oh, that would
Yeah.
make sense.
All right.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
Huh. Interesting. Well, the guy who wrote this article, his
Really
name.
easy to dance with.
Yeah.
I found it broke down very quick.
It's a rave review. Article was written by a guy named Dave Downs. He's taken marijuana suppositories. Well, good luck there, Dave, with things just generally in your life. You know, here you are now, writing articles about marijuana suppositories, and kind of hitting the bottom of the barrel. But Dave Downs, you can do it, Dave. Come on.
We believe in
Right?
you.
Your parents didn't change your fucking last name from Downs. Come on, it set the path, eh? Didn't it?
Give your child a chance.
Like really, Davy Downs. What a downer! Like all his life, eh? Didn't people just fucking? Oh, like really? And now he is writing about marijuana suppositories. Not only is he writing about it,
They just
He's
forced
doing
him to
it.
Be extra enthusiastic.
He's one of the
and stuff.
reviewers.
He's one of the reviewers.
He's one of the reviewers. That's
So
funny.
he's the only guy that's done the suppository, if you will, and it says suppositories are getting rave reviews from David Downer, Davy Downer.
You can look for his booth at Tomorrowland.
Yeah. So, if you're going on vacation, and I know that you do all the time,
I do.
and if you happen to find yourself in St. Petersburg, Florida, how to spot a marijuana grow house in St. Petersburg.
Okay.
Right? Well, grow houses are often in unsuspecting neighborhoods and homes. Unsuspecting ones, not those ones you would expect there to be
Right.
one inside. Not that house there. Look at that, the kind of porch they have on that house, eh? Authorities say they tend to have similarities that neighbors may find peculiar.
What if
Marijuana
they're just,
grow
like,
houses.
strange- I don't know. I find
Well,
my neighbors strange all the time.
These are
but it's like,
unsuspecting.
whatever.
It's unsuspecting, though. It's not like you suspect. But the authorities say that they do have some suspicions.
But how can they suspect if it's supposed to be from unsuspecting?
Well, they're cops. They're not very smart. If the windows are all boarded up, that's a clue.
Okay.
That should be a clue. If the windows of the house are boarded up.
In an unsuspected neighborhood.
in
where
an
they would fit in.
unsuspecting
Wouldn't
neighborhood.
that make it
Kinda
then
gives it
stand
away.
out, though? So then it's not really in an unsuspected, like,
No.
or not really. I don't.
Drug dealers often keep the windows guarded with bars and blinds and only enter through a closed garage to load and unload their materials.
Oh my God. What is this? Ocean's
Huh?
15? Like.
No, this is
True, man.
this is in an unsuspecting neighborhood. You wouldn't even suspect.
Because people just have big trucks like come in and unload and like and only go through their garage with boarded windows and bars. And
Completely closed garage.
Completely closed.
Like
Yeah,
if they
boarded
just
up.
Literally
These are the
passed
authorities.
through the wall. And that's how you know.
That's how you know.
It's like, holy shit. They just passed through the wall of
Popcorn
that
9
garage. That's a grow
3/4.
house. It's totally that's one of the ways in Florida.
Authorities also say that multiple air conditioning units on the outside of the home are a red flag.
Yeah, they are.
Not like the multiple units around every home in St. Petersburg, Florida. Not like those ones. These are a red flag.
Only
And
with boarded up windows.
and if you see a red flag in
That's
their
most
yard,
likely a
you
grow-
know
a
right
grow
away.
house.
Red flags are like red flags.
Yeah, they really are.
AC units along with high-powered light bulbs are used to keep the house at an optimal grow temperature.
Now, if they have an
This is what
AC
they
unit-
use the lights for, is to keep it at the right temperature, not to grow the weed.
Let's keep it at well, it is.
Police say the homes are often vacant. Neighbors may
that one's too
notice
easy.
neighbors may notice new privacy fences going up at the homes. Right? Fence. Somebody puts up a fence.
For privacy.
Right? You don't see cars there on a regular basis. You just see a person once in a blue moon. That's what he said. So
Like
you
that's-
find out when the blue moon is.
Yeah, how often is a blue moon?
and
Like,
then you
seriously,
wait.
like,
You
How
wait.
many times a year in Petersboro or St. Petersburg?
St. Petersburg.
St. Petersburg. Different than Borough.
So you see this person once in a blue moon. That means something is probably not right.
How many
Wow.
times does a blue moon pass?
So if you're going to St. Petersburg and you want to get some weed, it might take quite a while to figure out which house it is using these tips. Eh? For sure you'd be pounding on any door with a house whose windows are boarded up. Can I get weed here? Eh?
Well, you got to come on the blue moon. If you show up on the
There'll
blue
be a
moon, you can
lineup,
score.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh my god.
Get there early because it happens only once in a blue moon.
That's right.
Exactly.
Now the Conservative Party of Canada, that's this country, is trying to pick a new leader, and one of the candidates, her name is Kelly Leach. A Leach is running to run the Conservative Party. Ooh, Prime Minister Leach.
All right, guys. This
That
is
would be
really,
so apt.
Really, really good news. Okay? So this only happens every 2 to 3 years, okay? So
The blue moon.
you get to the nearest grow house May 21st, 2016. So get to your nearest grow house, look for boarded up windows and AC units.
A guy will be there.
Look for nobody
On the
around
day.
until
Yes.
May 21st.
Yeah.
Not many cars.
No cars.
No.
No cars. No
Just-
cars.
Just a
Just,
delivery
just
truck.
one's floating through
backing
the
into the
wall,
garage,
like
right.
floating right through the wall of the garage, full of
Yes.
gear.
And maybe just Google unsuspecting neighborhoods
That'll help.
images.
Yes, that helps.
You want to see what they look like. Ooh, that one looks good. So,
Here, let's do a little search.
you
on
heard it here
unsuspecting
first.
neighborhoods in Florida.
so here Kelly Leach is now going to run for the leadership of the Progressive Conservative Party. She's a piece of work, this one too, eh? Like, looks like Harper in drag right away.
Boy.
Oh, yeah. And,
Yeah, no kidding.
she says that if elected, like there's a little chance she. Last year, she was the one that called for a hotline to report barbaric cultural practices. No shit, I see your eyes blinking. They blink.
There's no info.
Blinking way faster, and I know why, because you're going, what
Yeah.
did he say? A hotline to report barbaric cultural practices.
What does
She
that even
announced
mean?
that last fall during the election. I
What
don't.
does it mean to practice barbaric? Like, what is, I don't get it. Yeah, like, yeah, then like, you just like call this hotline, like, someone's being barbaric. Like, I just don't understand.
It's like walking around in animal skins.
They're
bashing people with
circumcising him.
Battle
So
axes
like a
and like
caveman, like I don't know, like
They're
bone,
circumcising him in the yard.
bone weapons.
It's barbaric.
Not at a hospital. What? So she's trying to distance herself from that a little bit now that she's come out of the closet, if you will. She looks like Ellen DeGeneres' little brother.
Does she have a little brother?
Yeah, Jimmy.
Yeah. Jimmy DeGeneres.
Jimmy Degenerate, did you say?
DeGeneres.
Oh.
Well, he had the
Degenerate
he
works
did
too.
have that nickname.
He is a little degenerate.
Both of them had that nickname, her and Kelly Leach. So here's what Kelly said about that statement. She said, if I could go back in time, which I can't, she had to add that she couldn't go back,
Now
which
I
I
suspect
can't.
she can.
If I could go back in time, which I can't,
I think she can.
I would change things.
Who would say
She
that they
said.
couldn't it?
I would not have made that announcement that day.
If I
This
could
is what
talk
she
about
said.
But I can't. There, you should just shut the fuck up right
Why
there.
Yeah.
Oh no, you've said
it's been done.
you've said too
Like,
much. You've said too
Yeah,
much.
like just
Yeah.
stop.
Essentially what she said
She's
is
a
that
time
I
traveler.
wish I hadn't
trying to
said
cover it up.
that now that you're asking.
Because nobody can go back
If I
in
could go
time.
back, which I can't though.
If
I
could
can't
go
like
back
go
in
back
time,
in time.
I mean, it's obviously we can't go back in time.
Yeah.
You know, but
Which I can't.
not so certain about you.
So essentially what she's saying is that she wished that nobody was asking her about this.
About her time travel abilities.
I wish I hadn't said that now. But I can't imagine that if they weren't asking about it, that she would have herself come and volunteered, saying, that thing I said during the election, I wish I hadn't said that. She's not gonna ever do that. Now she's saying, ooh, wish I hadn't said that. You go, yeah, right. We wish she hadn't said it too. Kelly. But she was also asked about marijuana, and she just started frothing at the mouth. Her teeth turned into fangs and shit. Oh, God. Hate it. She hates it because she's a pediatric fucking has no children of her own. All about saving the kids. Well, we don't need your help. We could go find somebody who's been a mom, who knows something about kids to help us with that. Seem kind of unqualified. She's actually an orthopedic pediatric surgeon. So she fucking fixes kids' broken legs. That's what she does. For her to know what is all about kids and what kids
Getting
need in
drunk
our
and, like,
world.
falling off roofs.
She's a
Getting drunk on
pediatric
the beach.
physician. The risks of marijuana should render the drug acceptable only to those in medical need. Right? I think there are individuals in Canada that require this as medication, but let's treat it like any other drug that's a heavy narcotic. Kelly. Kelly, come on. Right? Put it behind a pharmacy desk. Make sure there's a script so we know the potency of people.
I just want to shove a bar of soap in her mouth. Just
Would you do, asked if she would criminalize recreational marijuana once again. It's funny that they said once again, but she said, oh yeah, she's going to, as soon as she becomes prime minister, she'll make it illegal again. Huh? Don't think she's going to get close. Not even fucking close.
Delusions of grandeur.
So, she's recently announced that she's recruited a guy named Nick Kovalis as her campaign manager, who was the campaign manager for Rob Ford. No shit. So,
you know they're dedicated.
so she's going to gain about 400 pounds, start smoking crack,
no kidding.
and she's going to get elected.
Died 3 months later.
And she's also hired a guy named John Tory, which is unusual because that's what the Conservatives are known as Tories. This guy, John, he is the Tory,
He's like from the
Eh?
family of the Tories.
to head her leadership campaign, and a guy named Andy Pringle of the Toronto Police Services Board is her chief fundraiser.
It's really tied in with the chip industry.
Police Services Board is her chief
Chips
fundraiser.
and police.
She's a fucking
Just like that show,
monster.
Chips.
She's a monster.
She is a monster. Now, I don't even know if I want to get into this story, but
What is it?
marijuana compounds brewed using yeast by Canadian biotech firm. Kevin Chen's Montreal-based company, Hyasynth, get it? Synth, has successfully made the cannabinoid CBG from genetically engineered yeast. And he says it could be a precursor to other major and minor cannabinoids.
Yep.
I like the minor cannabinoids are sadder, right, than the major. If you hear it, oh no, it's more a major's more upbeat cannabinoid. You want to sing.
Also, the
along
pitching
with
is a
sad.
little wilder.
It is. Now, here's what he said. Marijuana produces lots and
Those are
lots of
baseball jokes.
THC and lots of other compound called CBD, but it also isn't a very good source of some of the minor cannabinoids. Marijuana is not a very good source of marijuana, is what he said. They need to synthesize it in a yeast because he said marijuana is not a good source of some of the minor cannabinoids. But
Just
he's
produce
saying that you can't
too
get
small of amounts.
you can't get marijuana from marijuana. This is a guy named Jonathan Page from some lab in the University of BC, botany professor. He is the guy that said that. He said, with just soil, water, and light, you can grow a plant that can be made of 25% or more by dry weight of the major chemical compounds like THC and CBD. Johnny boy.
Not saying nothing.
No comment for now.
And Andia Labs is the name of the place where this fucking wing nut works. But if you want to go ahead and brew up some yeast and get your fucking, he's getting CBGs only. That's all they've been able to fucking figure out how to get out of this stuff, right? They got no THC or CBD, but there's lots and lots and lots in marijuana. Just not the crap that you're fucking pulling out of the yeast. Gross. Oh, this was made from yeast. No thanks. No thanks. Oh, we infected some yeast with that thing.
Like that makes me feel sick in my stomach,
Yeah.
honestly, even just to think about it.
Kevin's going to be marketing Canesta cannabis.
He's sold in yogurt everywhere.
Rose begged me not to make that joke. No, no. She said, too
Well-
soon. Too soon. But that's what's going on in the marijuana world here.
In the marijuana.
Jody Emery was supposed to here to fill in 45 minutes of time, so that's why we've made up all those stories instead. So I think we pulled
See, if
it
you
off.
had enough CBG, you could just decarb it all into CBD.
If, buddy,
If.
Just saying.
you be smoking the yeast to decarb that, not me, pal. No way. I'll make a pizza dough with it, but
They're probably
That'd be
gonna
good.
have to use like some kind of like acetone or something to separate it from the yeast.
everybody wants to separate from the yeast. All right, well,
Acidophilus.
that's plenty of us.
Get
I
your
need
dose
your
of acidophilus, separate from that yeast.
Was there anything else?
No. Oh yeah, let me borrow your lighter.
DB time.
Trying to get high here, man.
Yeah.
Quick doobie time. Huh? Well, that does sound like Jody.
Alcohol, I don't like it. That's why I haven't drank
Oh,
it.
it's coffee hall.
It honestly tastes like there's like crap.
There's
Hi,
Jody.
Did
Jody.
you buy it on the beach?
Hi, Jerowana. I did. I did.
That's why.
Yeah. Of Crusty Susan.
Well, we're
Bought
just
that coffee hall on the beach from Krusty Susan.
That's what I did. That's what I. It's just so gross.
we had no.
All jacked up on
Thanks.
coffee
Cute.
hall.
That little swirl right there, right?
That's
It's just
right.
So, I know, just natural. Like,
Is there
you
a
know.
swirl? What the fuck? Okay, cut this camera.
Whoa.
It's been like that the whole
Clark
show.
Kent.
We're adopting a wait and see approach.
Yeah.
That's great.
Sorry.
I
Well,
love
there's
that.
there's a lot about
Costs
to
a
be
lot to
euthanized,
adopt a
so-
wait and see approach.
Nope.
Hi.
Oh no, there wasn't.
We stopped those
Hey, what's that
shenanigans.
one up there?
I put that one out.
Trust me, there was no show.
No, it wasn't gross.
Don't let him.
I just got tired of it.
Swallowed
It wasn't-
everything.
It wasn't burning the best.
It
Yeah,
really
that
it
one-
envelops anything that comes really close to it.
Telling you that one wasn't
Well.
burning the best.
Well, you can see how out of control this has become. So
Feet were lost.
We got no feed.
yeah,
Do we have feet?
down to the co-op. All right, let's get out of here.
J Mac's watching it and he said he's got no feed.
Let's go. Greg, you good?
Well, that's it for me. I've run out of stuff.
You're fired, J
That's
Mac.
as much as we could possibly make up. So yeah, that's a show. I got to say that was a full show,
That was yeah.
right?
Sure,
by
why not?
by
One
any
full hour.
by any measure. Look at how satisfied the people there seem to be.
They really do.
Right? Look at them.
Some studies
Very.
may suggest their level of satisfaction.
Well,
Look at them in their natural habitat.
should we let?
Right? In their natural
That's
habitat.
right.
Now we watch as one of them heats up this. It's just like
Another one looks over
Right?
his shoulder, envying.
envying the one.
Hey, you know, marijuana suppositories are getting rave reviews. Everybody's using them.
You're right. It's not burning the best.
All right. Thanks a lot.
knew that.
Well, thanks for everybody
was
for
right.
tuning into the show. Those of you who are seeing it later, you should have been here because we were live.
We were
We
live this
turned out
time.
we were live.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're actually here with each other.
that's
now.
right.
Yeah.
Thanks a
Usually
lot
it's just
to
cropped it and,
thanks to Alyssa for keeping us all knobbed up over here and online
Do
and
you best
live.
over there, girl.
Thanks to Kayla for laughing at all my jokes. And everybody else who is here today. Those of you in the chat, hope you had fun. Come see us anytime. We're here every day, 307 West Hastings, Mark Emery's Cannabis Culture Headquarters and stuff. They've added
Next to
that to
the-
the sign.
The Shatter Ninja.
Hey, look, it's the
Huh?
fish, that's the one that we were looking at the last time, taking the hoot. Remember?
Oh, he's got a
Same one.
suppository in his hand. There, watch this.
He's about to dab a suppository because they're very popular these days.
I swear. Look at him looking around.
Whoa.
Oh, hey!
Hey, yeah, that's better. Oh, it's a guy with a hat. Till he
He's
put his hat on.
He's like, they're not gonna watch me dab a
Oh, I think we
suppository."
got to get an aquarium cam, eh?
Yeah.
An aquarium can.
Stonariums. All right. Well, thanks for Al for being here. Somebody dropped off like a stack of stuff for the show, I guess.
Didn't
to
even
share
see.
up.
Didn't even see that happen. It was just the Shatter Ninja.
You didn't. You just
Shatter
said, "Hey,
Ninja
you,
showed up. With
you guys
some-
want to split
some
all
Maple
this?"
Leaf
We should
throwing
split it
stars.
between the three of us.
Nice. Well. And thanks to Kush Queen too for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And
Good to be here.
you can fill in a lot of what she said on your own.
Oh yeah, I was holding.
Because she doesn't hold the microphone. up.
Sorry.
So that's fun too.
I
for
feel
everyone.
awkward being this close to the microphone.
Well, it's a different
Like
show.
hello.
It's a different show every time you watch it and do her voice.
That's right.
So,
Be your own Kush Queen.
so there you go. I like it. It's like a coloring book.
Whole new
Yeah, it's like a
world.
choose your
is.
own adventure novel.
Yeah,
That's right.
sure.
Well, I'm going to adopt a laissez-faire attitude.
Wow.
Okay? The French got nothing on me. Come on. All right, let's get out of here. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Marijuana Man. See you next week. Peace and pot.
Ciao.